Earlier this year at the PNC Insurance Industry Conference, the panel represented by brokers, insurers, and VMS vendors revealed that brokers had a difficult time to adapt to the many technology advancements coming their way on a weekly basis. These changes are coming at you from the broker management system provider, BMS, insurers, from rating vendors, and other areas. One broker related her experience on what is involved in a new technology implementation. She said, it comes in, we put it aside thinking that by the end of the week we will have looked at this and decided if we're going to use it or not. By the end of the week, we get another suggestion or change has come in, and then after finding out the information, we need to implement. We have the challenge of training our staff, changing workflows, documenting these, and all of this time we have to sell, service, and support our clients.
Since we work with multiple companies, the companies tell us what we need to have in order to work connected to their system. So one insurance company says, you have to have internet 7, and one says you have to, you can't be higher than 6, and one says you gotta have this, and one says you gotta have that. And we're required to dance to 12, 15 different stories.
Oh my God.
We use Facebook. We've done some advertising through Facebook to key filters. Mm-hmm. So married couple under 50, because people on Facebook put that information on their profiles, so then you can pick that person and your ad would show up on the right hand side. We've had some success.
Which is summarized in this slide is Canadians are heavily invested, heavy participants in online media. You may be surprised with some of the data points that I can call out, and I'll get to that in a few slides. Number 2, seriously, it's not rocket science. A lot of people have some trepidation or concerns. They feel like social media is this foreign planet where they speak a different language. In actual fact, it's really not that complicated, and for people who get involved in the space and start having some success and interaction with it, they realize that, a lot of this stuff is just common sense, and it's taking activities that we do in an offline world and translating them into online channels. Third one is, just do it. Apologies to Phil Knight for stealing his slogan, but a lot of these social media success stories that you're going to hear about in the media, think of like Comcast Cares, for example. That's currently a program where they have 40 people on staff answering support via Twitter almost exclusively. It started off as one individual without really the sanction of his employer. So he said, you know what, I'm going to respond to some of the stuff that I see that's negative about my brand, and it just grew organically from there. In a lot of cases, that's how the existing success story started.
Social media is for personal use as well as business use, but it's definitely for all verticals, all industries. In the case of insurance brokers, it's a relationship business. Social media at its core is about relationships, connections, communication, conversations, and building communities. And it's a great environment to be able to, it's a great opportunity to be able to leverage social media to reinforce those relationships for insurance brokerages. The other point that I raised is, if your competitors are doing it and you're not, then you're not only conspicuous by your absence, but there's a potential competitive risk. So you don't need to get into it full bore, but the other recommendation I made is just do it. Start playing.
I think Sion's bang on. I think, with 83% of people using Facebook in their personal lives and over 60% using it in the business world, it's a place that brokerages can't turn away from. Our biggest competition is direct writers, and they are targeting the people who are using social media. That's where our avenue to those people comes from, and we've got to be there. If we're not there, we're going to be behind, and again, we're going to complain next year that the direct writers got another 2 or 3% of our clients. We are currently on Facebook. I would say we're not doing the greatest job, and it becomes a human resource issue to keep that up to date. But Sion had some great ideas this morning with the amount of young people in our industry working together and having volunteer working groups to keep that information up to date. I think that is key, and I love the idea, and we're going to be adopting and looking at that next week.